We are thoughtful. We're established in 1992 as the PARA, and we improve learning and lives through philosophical inquiry. We work with nurseries and primary schools. We work with secondary schools like Rokeby. We work with colleges, universities and other educational settings. And we give teachers and students the skills that they need to engage with philosophical inquiry. It helps people be more curious about others and how they see the world. It helps tackle things like polarisation and misinformation. It helps people recognise and respond to the big questions that are all around us at school and in society. And this way of working helps people make meaning. It helps them figure out what really matters to them. And we think the opportunity to do that in school is really important.
So we first start off with a stimulus, and after we start a stimulus, we try and formulate a question. After we formulate our question, we try and answer that question and find different perspectives of that question and see if there's any other questions that will link or expand on the question and the topic. One of our P4Cs that I remember doing is one of my favourite ones. It was about money and how to handle money. Handling money is not a topic that is typically discussed in school, so doing it in P4C gives the students a wider perspective on how to spend it. So one of the questions would be, what would the world be like without money? Would it be better? Would it be worse?
Often when we're in the classroom, we're very confined to curriculums, whereas P4C really opens students up to discuss very challenging topics in a safe space, but also really challenging them to keep talking and keep thinking about what they want to say.
What I value the most about P4C sessions is it gives them a chance to practice respect for other people's opinions. People don't always agree in the P4C sessions, but I think that moment in the session where two very different ideas might come up, but students still take the time to listen to each other and respectfully disagree and then eventually reach some sort of mutual understanding by the end, I think is a really valuable part of the session.
What I love about delivering P4C is that no session is the same. It's directed by the students. I'm there to support the students and pick up on any misconceptions, but I like the fact that it's student-led learning, which is very rare in the current curriculum. The impact P4C has had is that our boys are much more confident. Their skills of oracy have really developed, and it's really supported the school in achieving 3 years of positive progress across the curriculum.
I've expanded my knowledge and I thank P4C for that. In my personal life, I've also learned to be humble and also respect other people as well and their opinions.
I certainly think it helps the confidence of students, the way that they are able to express themselves to their peers. You see students who may be a little bit more reserved or perhaps not as academic suddenly come into the fore, leading sessions, leading discussions, and it also is just a great melting pot of lots of different ideas. We are a very diverse and multicultural community, and there are lots of different perspectives that come into the P4C sessions, but it's nice that they get to share it in a comfortable space and feel heard by others. It's great for me as an English teacher because a lot of the topics that are discussed in P4C really help students to also access poetry and texts that we might be studying as well. So it's very beneficial for us as teachers. From a pastoral perspective, it's also just a really good opportunity to get to know more about the students and understand their own viewpoint and their own perspective on the world. Sometimes we don't get to see that all that often in subject lessons, but it's really nice to see it in P4C sessions.
We believe that everyone deserves the opportunity to have a philosophical education, and that's why it's our mission to spread the benefits of philosophical inquiry as widely and as equitably as possible.
I personally recommend other schools to start P4C. One, because it teaches children the basics and fundamentals of life, and two, it helps them massively in education and overall, and I highly recommend it. There's no time like the present.